How to knit the ascending arrow panel for the loom. For today's tutorial, you will need your knitting loom. Today we are using the Kiss regular gauge knitting loom with no spacers in between the pins and the pegs, your knitting tools, and a ball of yarn. Today we are using Manos Maxima worsted weight 100% merino wool in the color natural. For this stitch, we will be using the following techniques: knit stitch, purl stitch, knit two together, slip slip knit, yarn over, and pass slip stitch over. This stitch is worked over a panel of 13 stitches on a background of reverse stockinette stitch. Row 1. Purl the first 2 stitches. Then we will need to yarn over and do a slip slip knit stitch. So we'll move the stitches around for the slip slip knit stitch first to make room for the yarn over. Skip the next stitch and slip the following stitch off the peg. Hold that stitch in the back with your fingers while you move the previous skip stitch onto that peg. Then set the stitch in your fingers down on top of that stitch. Now yarn over the empty peg and knit off the stitches on the following peg. Knit the next 5 stitches. Then knit 2 together by slipping the next stitch onto the following peg. Knit those stitches off together and slip them back 1 peg. Yarn over the empty peg and purl the last 2 stitches. Row 2. Purl the first 2 stitches. Knit 9. Purl the last 2 stitches. Row 3. Purl the first 2 stitches. Knit 1. Then do another yarn over slip slip knit combo by moving the stitches for the slip slip knit stitch first to make room for the yarn over stitch. Knit 3, knit 2 together, yarn over the empty peg, knit 1, and purl the last 2 stitches. Row 4. Repeat row 2. Row 5. Purl the first 2 stitches, knit 2, then do another yarn over slip slip knit combo, knit 1, knit 2 together and yarn over the empty peg, knit 2, purl the last 2 stitches. Row 6. Repeat row 2. Row 7. Purl the first 2 stitches. Knit the next 3 stitches. Then we will need to do a yarn over, slip 1, knit 2 together, and pass the slip stitch over combo. So we will need to move the stitches around for the yarn over first. To do this, skip the next stitch and slip the second stitch onto the following peg. Now slip the stitch we skipped onto the next peg. Yarn over the empty peg, slip the next stitch, and knit off the 2 stitches on the following peg. Then slip that stitch onto the previous peg and pass the stitch over. Yarn over the empty peg, knit 3, and purl the last 2 stitches. Row 8, repeat row 2. Repeat rows 1 through 8 until you've reached your desired length. And that's how you knit the ascending arrow panel for the loom.
Want more loom knitting tutorials? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow our blog at vintagestorehouse.com to get new videos and posts sent right to your inbox. Thanks for watching!